Hi, this is Chuck Oliver. Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Review. Well, I want to teach you where you can be in your retirement planning peace of mind in 2023. Now, I talk about on Hidden Wealth Radio the two greatest threats to retirement, and I've seen this now for over a quarter century, which is hard to believe, 27 years working with boomers and retirees from all around the country. And those are, and be sure to take this away, sequence of return risk and taxes. I've talked a lot about recently the top 10 retirement mistakes that the top planners from around the country have shared. And it's hard to believe, but those top two risks aren't in their top 10. And let me give you those examples. So sequence of return risk is really a kind of a triple threat, right? Because if our accounts are down, like many people unfortunately are down about a quarter, right? 25%, we've met many people here, especially in this last quarter, they're down about 25%, and that's being in kind of this traditional mix of stocks and bonds, because bonds for many people are sometimes down even more than their stocks. And they've lost about a quarter, right? They're down about a quarter of what their account balance was just a year ago. Well, here's the challenge. If you're retired or you're about to retire, you need to start drawing on those funds, right? If you're down 25%, and let's just say you take a 5% distribution, which many people would tell you that's not even safe, it's better to do it like a 2 or 3%, then you've now negatively sequenced the account 30%, which means mathematically you need a 42.9% return just to get back to even. But that's sequence of return risk based on the market. Sequence of return risk also has risk based on inflation, because now if everybody needs to take out another 8 or 10%, right, everyone's budget's up because of all this runaway spending and this omnibus bill that I talk about on the radio that just got shoved through, right? Over 4,100 pages, almost $1.7 trillion with trolley museum earmarks in Connecticut. Trolley museums for $750,000. Yeah, you, the taxpayer, we're paying for that. Well, that's the tax side to the triple threat of sequence of return risk, which I'll get to in a moment. But the inflation, right, when we have to pull out more to net that much more that we need to pay for gas and groceries, that's a threat to our portfolio. So if it's down, inflation's up, and taxes are about to go up, especially with all this deficit spending, which they're targeting is going to be at least 1.2 trillion coming into the new year. Folks, let me teach you what you can do to make sure you can find out where you can be, right, to not have sequence of return or taxes for your retirement planning in 2023. You've worked hard for money. Let's get to work. Go to retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com. And let me teach you what you can do, like indexing. Our clients don't have to face sequence of return risk because we have accounts that they can pull from that have no limit to what they can make, but they have no downside exposure. So when there's a down market, which we haven't seen in quite some years, they're not panicked having to take money out of an account that might be down. And it's not down, which I'll teach you institutional money management this Tuesday, because it's not the traditional retail account. But at the same time, it's without taxes. In fact, I'll teach you one strategy for those that qualify that allows up to a 100% tax deduction in the same year, so that those of you that are high income earners or have been high savers in IRAs and 401ks can eliminate the IRS and insulate the IRS from your income and your inheritance. And the sooner we do that, the better. Now, the one saving grace, I think, out of this whole push through pork spending bill, for the majority of it, from what I'm seeing, outside of just obviously keeping our federal government open so they can continue to spend more and more money, is the requirement of distribution age being pushed out to 73 starting in this new year. And then within 10 years, it going all the way to age 75. That's not a gift. That's if you see it as having the ability to get money out before the government starts forcing you. The government's forcing that, enabling you and I to get that age pushed back because they want more tax, just like they changed the rules in Secure Act 1.0. Now we've got Secure Act 2.0, and it's a setup, folks. Let me teach you how to avoid the setup and learn where your retirement planning can be in 2023. Retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com.